Welcome to TimSold Talks. Join us as we dive into all things real estate, talk about business, food, cars, and much more with industry experts. Dream it, believe it, achieve it. Welcome back to another episode of TimSold Talks. Very honored to have Pastor Shamar Bennette here to help him share a story. Thank you for coming on our show, Pastor Shamar.
No problem.
And before we begin, I just need to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Eatable Popcorn. They're one of the best locally homegrown stories in the last little while. They've made it international and I think over 300 locations right now. And why don't we give it a shot and see what you think?
All right.
Yeah. Very crunchy. This is the Poppin' Rosé all day.
Yeah. It's good.
They've been such great supporters of us, and we're truly thankful to be having that partnership with them. They've got over I think 30 different flavors to try.
Uh-huh.
They made their name because they were featured in the goodie bags at the Oscars a few years ago. So
nice.
movie partner deals with them, and congratulations to all their success. So please enjoy.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, Pastor Shamar. So as we begin, for our audience that don't really know much about your story,
Right.
maybe you can start with what you currently do and how you got there.
So I'm currently the pastor of the Door Church in Pickering.
Mhm.
I've been pastoring the church now for 7 going on 8 years.
Wow. Okay.
And it's been a journey.
Yeah.
I've been saved, serving God faithfully for the past 15 years now.
Mhm.
And actually 16 years in January.
Okay. Congrats.
And after about the 7th or 8th year mark, stepped out into what I believe God was calling me to do, which was to pastor. And that's where I started the Door Church in 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So just over 7 years, or just around
Yeah.
7 years. What led you to that? How did you start a church?
So it dated back to 2010 was when I got saved, but
Mhm.
prior to that, I grew up in a single parent household.
Mhm.
Unfortunate situation, grew up in a impoverished neighborhood, and my environment, the only way you kind of made it out was if you became a rapper or a basketball player. And so my route was basketball,
Okay.
and I was okay. I was decent, and I was pursuing it. But when I was in my last year of high school,
Mhm.
I was actually in North Carolina at prep school, played
Okay.
for Coach Rowe out
Okay.
in North Carolina, and that new prep school he started.
Yeah.
And within 2 months of being there, I tore my ACL,
Oh.
so I had to come back to Canada.
Yeah.
When I came back to Canada, my best friend had gotten saved, and when I came back, he would preach to me,
Mhm.
and I'll be honest, I didn't want to surrender to God because I wasn't depressed, stressed, I wasn't dealing with anything. I was actually enjoying my sin,
Yeah.
and I knew that if I surrendered to God, I have to give up certain things. But one thing I knew was that I was living in sin, and it was hurting the heart of God. And because of my sin, I wouldn't make heaven my home. So he invited me out to a men's Bible study. I went to that men's Bible study, gave my life to Christ, never looked back ever since. And at about the year and a half, 2 year mark, I felt like God was calling me to the ministry, and I tried to push it away, to be honest. I didn't want to be a pastor by choice,
Yeah.
but God kept pressing it upon
Knocking
my
on.
heart, my
Yeah.
mind, and after rebelling against God for some time, I submitted to it. And then my pastor and I, he just discipled me and
Yeah.
helped me to get to that point of then sending me out.
Yeah.
And that was in 2018 where
2018.
we made the jump. I was in Mississauga, made the jump all the way to Scarborough,
Scarborough, yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
And then now we're in Pickering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's such a fascinating journey to be called and saved and to give your heart to Christ like that. What have been some of the, obviously you've overcome them, but what have been some of some of the obstacles you have to overcome to get to this point?
Um, I think a lot of times what people think about a pastor is they just think of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
They just think of the messages that he delivers.
Mm-hmm.
But to the biggest part about pastoring is how you deal with people. And that's the hardest part about
Yeah.
it. When you
Mm-hmm.
you can put together a message, not that's going to be good, but you could put together a message that you could deliver,
Yeah.
but working with people, different types of people, different backgrounds, upbringings, different mindsets,
Mhm.
that's been the most challenging thing for me, but also the most rewarding.
Mm.
And when you see people come in and they're broken, and
Yeah.
then God restores them and makes them whole, and you see them flourishing in the relationship
Mhm.
with God, it's very rewarding. So challenging to
Mhm.
deal with,
Yeah.
but very rewarding once you see God shaping and molding those
Mhm.
individuals.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
amazing to share. Yeah, it's quite a unique perspective because I
Mm.
don't think most of us really come across that
Yeah.
experience. So, good stuff
Mm.
for doing that. And how big is the church now? How long? How
So
much
the
have you grown
church
it? Yeah.
now, I want to say
Hmm.
average anywhere between 160, 180 people now.
Nice. Mm.
Mostly youth. The
Yeah.
If you're 30 years old in our church, you're an elder. So
Yeah.
it's amazing to see. Most of the congregation makes
Mhm.
up of people between the ages of 18 to 25,
Wow. Okay.
and that's not normal to see people
Yeah.
that age going to church without their parents.
Without
Yeah,
the
without
parents.
their
Okay.
parents
So
too.
these
Yeah.
are
So,
their own commitments to
yeah.
come.
So it's
Okay.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
great. I never seen it this way, but God
Mhm.
knows what He's doing because ultimately He's
Yeah.
building His church. So
Yeah, with the youth movement, yeah, because
yeah.
most, our perception of the youth is like they're just, off in their own
Right,
world, doing
right,
their own
yeah.
thing, and for them to commit to your church and to Christ is, I think, a big bold
Yeah,
statement to how you can draw them, attract them.
right, yeah,
Maybe you can speak a little bit that youth movement because there is a perception about the youth, and but for the young people that you're mentoring,
right.
why are they different, and how do you see this difference? Why did they come seek, what they're seeking?
Um, what I do see
Mm,
today is I do see Gen Z is they want more.
mm,
And one of the things I see with a lot of the people in our church is because it makes up most of Gen Z makes up most of our church.
mhm,
Um, that they want something that's authentic.
mm,
They want something that's real, transparency, and that's something I try to be.
mhm,
I try to be very real and
mhm,
honest. I don't like to say something and think about what did I say again? Like I know I'm the same person here, I'm the same person home, I'm the
yeah.
same person on the stage. And
Mhm.
I think when you become authentic to a generation of people, they see, okay, um, I see what this person is like, but yet they're
Mhm,
still faithfully serving God.
mhm,
They're still devoted to Jesus. And when you see someone like that, it's like, okay, if they could do it, I could do it too.
mm,
And I mentioned that. I said, if God could save me from where he took me from, he
yeah,
could do the same for anyone
for
in here.
anyone, right? Yeah.
Um, so I think that that's a part of it that's helping. And then ultimately, to believe that God is just doing something amongst youth.
Mhm,
You look around the world, I don't think we're unique in any sense. Around the world, you see that there's waves of youth coming back to Christ.
yeah.
So um, I believe that we just attaching ourselves to what God is already doing
Mhm.
and just trying to be sensitive and make sure that we don't ruin what God is trying to do in our church. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's amazing because yeah, like, I do feel like there's a lot of, uh, seeking right now, right,
Right.
going on because the world's such a complicated place, and,
Yeah.
you guys offering us such a safe, harbor for them to go
Yeah.
through this journey, is amazing. Um, okay, and, maybe I don't know where you wanna go with this, but, you talked about, some high level basketball that you used to play.
Right.
Do you wanna touch on that a little bit or
So yeah, so
Yeah,
I played basketball a
yeah,
little bit. And
yeah.
so my
Mhm.
basketball career is a bit different.
Yeah.
So I was just a naturally talented kid. Like I never
Mhm.
really trained or anything like that. The way kids are training today, I'm like, if
Yeah.
I had that, I would be in the
An
NBA for
MBA.
sure. Like, but I never really
Yeah.
trained. Just
Mhm.
played basketball
Mhm.
outside,
Got the
and
natural gift
yeah.
for it, yeah.
So one thing that I played basketball grade 9.
Mhm.
I wasn't the greatest kid, so got suspended grade 10, got kicked off the team because of
Oh.
behavior. Grade 11, got
Yeah.
expelled.
Oh.
So then I didn't play grade 11. And then
Yeah.
grade 12, I went to Eastern Commerce, and this is supposed to be this was a basketball
Basketball
school
school.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So I went there, coached by Roy Rana and Coach Mack.
Mhm.
He's actually at Full Circle now.
Was
Coach
there co?
Mack and
Okay.
Roy Rana, I believe, is coaching for Team Canada, I believe.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but
Mhm.
played for them. We won 4A OFSA that year. And then after that, I went on to the prep school with Coach
Mhm.
Rowe because I played with grassroots throughout the
Yeah.
summertime.
Throughout the
And when we went out to that prep school, that was my ticket. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, now I'm away from everything. I could focus on basketball, and let's see where this goes. But
Yeah.
obviously, God had other
The
plans.
plans, yeah.
And to be honest, when I got injured, I could have went back to play basketball,
Mhm.
but when I got saved, because I got injured October 2009, I got
Mhm.
saved January 2010.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I got saved, I knew
Mhm.
what one of the biggest things for me was was females. If I knew if I went back, I wouldn't honor my relationship with God. And I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm committed to Jesus
Yeah.
over everything else. And basketball was my identity.
Mhm.
And I was willing to strip myself of my identity so God
Oh,
can rebuild me. And
powerful.
to
Yeah.
be honest, I can't sit here and say at 18 years old, I fully understood what I was doing. But obviously, God was
Yeah, the heart.
directing my steps at
Yeah.
that time, even now
Wow.
today too.
No, that's amazing testimony to share, because it
Yeah.
is, a struggle that,
Yeah.
young, athletes have to go through.
Oh
And,
yeah.
so congratulations for doing that.
Mm,
What kind of, roles that you do now then? You obviously lead the church. What are
yeah.
you currently up to now as well?
So,
Mm,
pastoring the church,
mhm,
but also I started as a chaplain
mhm,
at Future Hope Academy
mhm.
and a new Christian school
Yeah.
that's opened up, and it's been an exciting journey.
Mhm.
It's new, so
Yeah.
that's something that gives me a thrill
Yeah.
because I started the church from the ground up. It
Yeah.
was just me and my family. So stepping into the Christian school now,
Yeah.
it's like a repeat of that. So it's
Yeah.
exciting
Yeah.
just to see where we can go.
Mhm.
And as a chaplain, my role is really to support the kids there and help them to understand that there is more to life than just basketball.
Mhm.
Something I didn't understand at that age. And then also just trying to help
Mm,
them understand who God is,
mhm.
who Christ is, and encouraging them to build
Mhm.
that relationship
Yeah.
with Christ. So
Mhm.
that's really what my role is, and it's good. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
great to have you there.
Yeah.
What's maybe, when you're speaking to that kind of like that part of your life right now, why is this program different and how have you made it different?
Right. So
Yeah.
the program is different because
Yeah.
it's a real Christian school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear a
Yeah.
lot about Christian schools out there.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it's a real Christian school is
Mm,
because some of the staff that they have at the school are genuine
mhm.
believers
Yep.
and they really have the kids' best interests at heart.
Mhm.
Just some of the things I've seen from being there already. Um, Certain kids probably wouldn't be there if it was different schools,
Yeah.
but the staff, they really have a heart for these kids, and not
Mhm.
just so that they make it somewhere in basketball, but they actually become something.
Mm.
One of the things I always mention to the kids there is that you guys right now don't realize who you're connected to and what's happening around you. It's bigger than just basketball.
Mhm.
Um, so that's one thing I would say that separates this school from every other school.
Mhm.
And we're not just saying we're a Christian school, but
Mhm.
every morning these kids go through devotion,
Yep.
and
Mm,
it's not just sitting down having a lesson, but
mm,
understanding like biblical truth and how do I apply this to my life today.
mhm.
Um,
More
and
applicable,
it's more
yeah.
applicable, right?
Yeah.
And it's helping these kids. Some of these kids are now attending church and
Mhm.
reading their Bible, and
Yeah.
it's only been 2 months now,
Wow.
2 3 months since school
Amazing.
started. So
Yeah.
it's definitely different, and I believe that God's hand is upon it,
Mhm.
and ultimately God's gonna receive the glory from this.
Yep.
So yeah, it's way
Amazing.
different. Yeah.
Even one of the coaches
Yeah.
attend your congregation, and
Yes.
yeah.
One of the coaches
Yeah.
started attending the congregation,
Mhm.
got baptized.
Amazing.
So it's not your average Christian school. And
Yeah.
yes, basketball is something these kids are pursuing, but they're not
Mhm.
just getting the opportunity to play basketball. They're getting an opportunity to know who Christ is and
Mhm.
develop a relationship with Christ,
Yep.
one where they can take further than basketball.
Yep.
Because basketball is temporary,
Yep.
but your relationship with Christ, it's eternal.
Forever,
Yeah.
yeah. So, wow, okay. And, okay, going back to, the church and the community you've built there,
Mhm.
what are your hopes and aspirations for that? And, how far do you wanna see this,
Right.
grow to?
So my
Mhm.
hope, my desire for our
Mhm.
church is one that Um, we're not a typical church in the sense of we're very active.
Mhm.
Um, we evangelize a lot.
Mhm.
We're in the streets preaching the gospel. We
Nice.
talk about discipleship a lot.
Mhm.
we're not the type of church where we check in on Sunday and then we're gone the rest of
Mm.
the week.
Yeah.
We're really trying to build a family there. I
Mhm.
tell my congregation, it's like, you're gonna spend eternity with these people, so get used to it now. So we're trying to build um, a place where it's like this is really what the church should be. When
Mhm.
you read the book of Acts and you see that they spent days with each other,
Mhm.
um, they cared for each other, they loved each other, they shared
Mhm.
burdens with each other, they went out and witnessed with each other, they seen miracles happen together.
Mhm.
That's what we're really trying to build, a culture of discipleship, a place where people come, they get a hold of God, their lives are being transformed.
Mhm.
It's not just a drop in,
Yeah.
but it's a place where lives are being transformed. So that's
Amazing.
really what we're trying to build. And then not only here, but to take that across the world
Mm.
where people will get raised up,
Yeah.
men and women would get raised up and then go to wherever they believe God is calling them. And we support them as the church to
Mm.
duplicate what
Yeah.
happened
Multiply.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God is
Mhm.
into multiplication, not
Mhm.
just addition. So
Yeah.
we're trying to
Trying to reach,
be a part of
grow
that,
that reach.
reach
Yeah.
the world for Jesus.
Mhm.
Mm.
And is your church like own independent, or do you have affiliations, or
So
who?
there's
Yeah.
an affiliation, but
Mm.
it's not a under a denomination.
Okay.
So right now we're affiliated with well, it started this whole thing started
Mm.
in Arizona, Prescott, Arizona in
Mhm.
the 70s.
Okay.
And from that church in Prescott, Arizona, we now have about 4,000 churches worldwide. So
Okay.
almost every country you go to,
There's a
every city you go to,
yeah.
there's a church there. And it's crazy because when you go to these churches, I've been to a few.
Mm.
I've been to one in Jamaica. I've been to one, a few in America, and
Yeah.
it's like you go there and it's like, wow, I feel like I'm at my own church.
Yeah. You plugged in right away. Yeah.
So it's that the spirit that's there,
Yeah.
and that's what we're hoping to do is just really build a solid foundation here,
Mhm.
and then just extend that to the regions beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just from hearing the recent location move and
Yeah,
everything, it's you're growing, right?
right.
So
Yeah, we are
yeah,
growing.
yeah.
An immediate
Mhm.
desire of ours is to be able to buy our own building.
Mm. Nice.
Because the congregation, it expanded, we had to move, we had to break down walls, renovating, doing a whole bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, and then we just moved to a bigger location, which is very good, fits about 500
Wow.
people,
Okay.
so there's a lot of room for growth, but it's not our
Mm.
own.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a shared space, and we wanna be able to have a place that we call our own.
Mhm.
One of the things with our congregation is that people are always spending time with each other. When we
Mhm.
had our own building, people would have a service at 12 p.m.
Mhm.
and then we have the service in the evening at 7 p.m. Some
Okay.
people will stay in the building all day
Oh, wow.
and they'll go get food, they'll come back, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's a place, it was home away from home for them.
Mhm.
And we want to still have that. It's
Mhm.
harder to have it now because it's a shared space, but
Yes, yeah.
that's why we have like a building fund that we're doing, and we're
Mhm.
trying to either be able to buy land where we can build
Mhm.
or to buy a building.
Yep.
And so that's something that we're working. That's an immediate goal
Immediate
that we
goal.
have.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, it's good.
yeah,
And we'll make sure that message gets across. So hopefully you
yeah,
get as much support for that
right.
as much as we can for
Thank
you.
you.
Um, okay, as we start to wrap up, maybe, I think there's more, I'm not sure if it's a controversial question, but it's like, what's the misconception you think the normal society has about a pastor and faith and in general? Like how would you?
Where could I start? The pastor wants to steal your money.
Yeah.
Um, the churches are
Cold,
really,
right?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cult. We got all this stuff before.
Yeah.
So, but and the thing is that you have some that actually are like that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's those
Bad
little bad apples
actors.
that
Yeah.
spoil the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality of it, though, is that you can't use one scenario to
Mm-hmm.
paint a broad brush across every single church, every single pastor.
Yeah.
And with those misconceptions, like when people come into church, I already know they have certain ideas of what church is like, what I'm like, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I really try to break down the barriers of what they have in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't run out after service. I go and I say hi to people. I greet
Yeah.
people. I have conversations. How's your family doing? Pray
Yeah.
for people. So um, it's not just I preach and go.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main things is I want to be able to know everyone in the congregation. Obviously, when we get bigger, it's
Yeah.
gonna be harder
It's
to do
harder.
that.
Yeah.
But even with our leaders, I teach them to make sure you're connecting with people. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just a job where you clock in. This is life.
Yeah.
Share life with
Mm-hmm.
these individuals, and my home is open every Sunday to people.
Yeah.
Not just every Sunday. It's like people just
When
pop
they
up at
read,
my
right?
house
Yeah.
throughout the week. The other day, my kids and I were there and just hanging
Yeah.
out in the living room. We heard the doorbell ring and
Yeah.
someone came to the house just unexpected. But that's what I created because we're sharing life with each other. But
Yeah.
people have this misconception of pastors in churches, like they're standoffish. They think that they're bigger than
Yeah.
everyone
Like a chip
else.
on their
And
shoulder or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
So when people come to
Yeah.
church, or even when I talk to people
Mm.
on the streets, I try to show who I am to break down all those barriers
Mm-hmm.
of what church is, what a pastor is,
Mm-hmm.
and I really just try to exemplify the Bible as much as possible and show what a disciple is.
Yep. Oh,
And yeah,
well
so
said.
a lot of misconceptions, but can't get around it.
Yeah. Okay, maybe last question before we end off is like, what daily habits would you help people with or to grow
Mm,
spiritually, or what advice you can give to anyone that's looking to grow their
yeah.
spirituality?
It's very simple,
Mhm.
but I think people kind of brush past this. But just being someone where you're every single day, you're reading and praying every single day.
Right? Mm.
You read your Bible every single day.
Mhm.
You pray, get a hold of God every single day.
Mhm.
There's no cookie cutter of when you should do it. My recommendations in the morning, and the reason why is because this the mindset that I have is I want to give God the first portion of my day.
Mhm.
And as I give him the first portion of my day, he guides me throughout the day. But at the same time, at the end of that day, I still want to give him my attention. Throughout that day, I still want to give him my attention.
Mhm.
Um, so very simple, but reading your Bible every day,
Mhm.
praying every day, if you stick to those simple things,
Yeah.
you have a better fighting chance. So, uh, but a lot of people, they want to just stick to a verse a day. And I tell people, it's like the way you have to look at it is the
Mm.
word of God is your daily bread.
Yeah.
You're not just going to eat one crumb
One little
a
slight. Yeah.
day and think you're going to survive.
Yeah.
You need to have a full course meal.
Mhm.
There's some people that eat more than others.
Mhm.
So I'm not trying to read as much as you read. I'm trying
Yeah.
to read as much as I can
You need.
retain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you find that for yourself and what it is.
Mhm.
It's not going to be a verse for
Yeah.
the day though. It's going to be a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also prayer is our direct communication to God.
Mhm.
Like I can go and speak to my Father.
Yeah.
Why would I run away from that?
Mhm.
When we run away from that, it's the idea of God, I'm good. I could survive on my own.
Mm. Yeah.
But going to him in prayer is that God, I'm desperate. I need you
Yeah. I need.
for today.
Yeah.
I'm not worried
Yeah.
about tomorrow. I need you for today.
Yeah. Live in the
And
moment. Yeah.
so those two things are essential for any believer to maintain a solid relationship with Jesus Christ.
Mm. No,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay. As we wrap up, there's two questions we always like to ask our guests for fun.
Right.
And number one, the first question is, what's the one feature you'd find in your dream house?
One feature, just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is tough. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
a water guy.
Water? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would
Mm.
love to have like a huge pool in my
A
backyard.
pool? Okay.
But
Yeah.
like when I'm like a huge
Huge. Yeah.
pool,
Like big with
huge,
cabanas and
like
everything. Like
yeah, huge pool in my
yeah.
backyard. So that's one thing
Yeah.
I would love to have in my house.
Throw some good pool parties,
Yeah.
right? And baptize a few.
Baptisms all the time in there.
Nice.
Uh,
That one should be too hard to find. I'm probably have a few listings I can send your way.
Give me some years. Give me some years.
Yeah. Question number two. And
Mhm.
what's the one type of food you could eat for the rest of your life?
Okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
So Jamaican,
Yeah.
and there's this dish we have. It's called stew peas.
Two piece.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is
I
this?
mean,
Yeah.
it's like a mixture of different things. It's rice,
Mhm.
and then there's like we call them spinners, but it's like dumpling that's rolled up.
Okay.
Then there's salt beef in there. There's a bunch of different types. It's like assorted meats
Okay.
in there.
Yeah.
Probably get you some one day.
Okay. Nice.
But I can have that every day,
Every
all
day. Yeah.
day.
That's like a comfort food. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I can
Hot or
have
cold
that.
days. It's just, is it kind of
Yeah.
like a curry based or like there's
So
more when you
it's
stew it?
it's more of a think of
What?
oxtail
Yeah.
with a lot more gravy.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
how
that's how.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Any shout outs to any favorite restaurants or recipes or
My mom.
your mom?
My mom,
Yeah,
and
home
then
cooking.
my
Yeah.
wife has learned from my
Learn
mom,
from
so they're the best.
Yeah.
Those are my shout outs.
No need to go anywhere else. Okay.
Don't go anywhere else.
Wise man. All right, we'll
Man.
make sure to give them a plug in.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up this week's episode of TimSold Talks. Thank you very much, Pastor Shamar,
Yes,
for coming
yes,
and
no
sharing
problem.
your story and
Privilege.
your amazing testimony of how you transformed your life. So,
Right.
and thank you for what you're doing, to help encourage the next generation of
Yeah.
youth to find and follow Christ as well. So, thank you very
Amen.
much. Where can our guests find you if they want to get in touch with you and find out more, or maybe attend your congregation?
So I'm not on any social media, but
Yeah.
our congregation is,
Yeah.
and we're on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
TDC Pickering at TDC Pickering.
TDC? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And what does that
uh,
stand for people?
so TDC is the door church.
The door church. Yeah.
There's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus says, "I am the door,
Mm,
so enter
okay.
through me."
Yeah.
So that's what the door church is about. So because some people
Amazing.
ask,
Yeah. Yeah.
the door, what does
What
that
does it
mean? But enter through Jesus.
Enter through Jesus.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. And we'll make sure to put those links in our biography for everyone to come follow.
Right.
Don't forget to give Pastor Shamar and the Door Church a follow and like, and get some of the inspiration that he shares with us. If you enjoyed today's episode and looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, you know who to call. But if you're looking for your eternal home, you know who to call here. Then thank you very much for listening today. Please give us a 5-star review on our all show social. It really helps the algorithm. Remember, guys, dream it, believe it, achieve it. It's a beautiful day to set homes. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much, Pastor Shamar, for coming on board. Hi, I'm Tim Kern, and I proudly lead the TimSold team. We're voted as one of the top 3 brokerages in Markham, and we will sell your house fast and for top dollar with the least amount of hassle, or we guarantee to buy it. Call us today and start packing.